Hello seedlings, welcome back to my channel. It's Madison here, or Dandelion. Today we are talking about mirror books. And I cannot believe we have not talked about this before on my channel. I was looking through old videos trying to decide what I wanted to make next, and I realized we've never talked about mirror books, never had a whole video dedicated to mirror books. So here we are. And before we get into the topic, don't forget to like and subscribe, and you can hit that join button to become a member of my channel. So let's start with, what is a mirror book? A mirror book can simply be described as a witch's journal, honestly. But it's called a mirror book because it often acts as a mirror for a witch. So as you're putting things in this journal, this mirror book, you're able to see yourself reflected and learn and grow from that reflection. The truth of that reflection helps you to evolve as a witch. So this is where you write down anything and everything magical. So you're going to be cataloging your rituals, what happens during your rituals, spells that you've done. You'll be planning your spells and your rituals in this mirror book. You'll be putting little leaves and plants and flowers that you find pressed into this mirror book if that's your vibe. People get really crafty and artsy with it too. Mine is pretty much just scribbles, 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 scribbles all over the place. And I'll draw things I see during journeys, during Akashic Records readings. It's just anything and everything that happens during my spiritual work. It's also where I take notes for every single spiritual class that I take. And as I fill one mirror book, I go on to the next one and on to the next one, and I never throw out my old mirror book because it's full of stuff that I'm going to need to look back on in the future. And that's where that calling it a mirror book comes back into play, because it can serve as a mirror through time. Not only can it be a mirror back at your current self, a reflection of who you currently are, but it can be a portal to who you were 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 1 month ago. You know, it can really help you to have perspective on your practice and how far you've come or how far you'd like to go. Your mirror book is a historical account of your spiritual path. And that's one of my favorite things about it. Or like someday when I'm dead, which I hope to live to be 109, but someday when I'm dead, like my ancestors seeing my mirror books and being like, oh my God, this is interesting, this is interesting. Or did you know this about her? What all these things? Because it's also full of stuff that is secret only to me and the guides I work with, the deities I work with. And that's the same for everyone's mirror book. It's secret for them. So it's not something that you ever want to let other people see. It's for you, the gods, and your spirit guides. And sometimes during spiritual workings, it can be hard to remember every single thing that happens. Sometimes the stuff can be coming in so quickly that you're like, oh my God. So if you need to keep track of everything, you can be jotting it down as it happens in your mirror book. And then after the fact, you can be like, oh my God, yeah, okay, that was the first message I received. And then I received this, and then this happened, and then this came through. It's easier to keep track of everything when you've got your mirror book handy 24/7. It's also important to protect your mirror book. So important. At the beginning of my mirror book, I actually have a hex written in the witch's alphabet so that the average person wouldn't be able to read it. But it basically just says, if you, and it's like, it's worded nicely, I worded it nicely, I can't remember now, but basically just like, if you look at this mirror book without my consent and without my permission, unless I'm dead, that is in there, unless I'm dead, you are now hexed. Like, you will have negative energy coming to you because you violated my boundaries. So I have that at the beginning of my mirror book. And I recommend that everyone have some sort of protection like that at the beginning of their mirror book. So make sure your mirror book is protected. And again, I kind of touched on this already, but don't let anybody look at your mirror book. I sometimes will let people take a glance, but not read anything, just so they can get a vibe for what kind of stuff is in my mirror book. But I never allow anyone to read anything I've written. I might share with a student for example purposes, you know, this is what happened and this is kind of what I jotted down. But beyond that, I will never let anyone see my mirror book. Another thing I love about mirror books is the perspective it gives you. And we kind of touched on this, but you're able to look back and be surprised. Like, I'll forget. I was like, oh my God, this happened to me and that was that long ago. It's surprising to see how quickly things go when you're on this spiritual path and you're just chugging along on it, learning and growing and evolving. it can be like a whirlwind. And it's kind of like, almost like watching a little kid grow up. When you see them every single day, you don't even notice necessarily the little differences every day as they grow so subtly. And then a year or two goes by and you go, whoa, you used to be tiny and now you're 4 feet tall. And it's the same thing for you on your spiritual path. Your mirror book helps you to witness this. My mirror book is also very helpful in helping me work out what's going in my book of shadows and what can just stay in my mirror book. And work out things that you will go in your book of shadows, but they're not quite refined yet. Because your book of shadows is more permanent and it's more intentional. Mirror book is more messy and all over the place and kind of as you need it. So that is all about mirror books, what they're used for, what they are, why I love them. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you'll return for the next one. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my future uploads. And remember, you can hit that join button below this video to get access to members only perks. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Blessed be.